This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and also a fortune teller. And you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud to be very intelligent and the Patriot. You know, I didn't take my medication because I had too many calls last night. Thank you, Bob. You know, you exposed that on Tuesday. And we now know when you tell us something and we research it that you're right. The circus must be back in town. And I say that, and I feel bad, people of East St. Louis, because for the last 30, 40, 50 years, the politicians have beat you down. They've disrespected you. They've embarrassed you. They've smacked you around. And you keep taking it. But I honestly think this atrocious, devastating situation that happened last night in East St. Louis, I think that's the straw that broke the camel's back. I think the good people of East St. Louis have finally found out about the culture of corruption. Goes all the way from Belleville, straight down the East St. Louis and back up to Belleville and back to East St. Louis. The proud people of East St. Louis. I talked with a lot of them last night. I saw them on TV. I've had 75 at least calls today. The one lady said, Bob, you talk about the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Count me in. I heard that several times. The good people of East St. Louis, do you see what these political, inbred, no-count, low-life pieces of crap, political, parasitical, perverted punks, you see what they do? They don't give a damn about the good people of East St. Louis. And I honestly feel sorry for the proud black community. These politicians have totally embarrassed the proud people of East St. Louis. It's all over Springfield, Illinois. It's all over Washington, D.C. It'll probably make the Associated Press today. How bad, how stupid can these political, parasitical punks, the Alvin Parks, the Alonzo Greenwoods, the Charlie Powells, and don't forget Amika Ustinka Jackson and her daddy, Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. And last but not least, a gentleman that I believed helped orchestrate this whole atrocious situation. The Senator Foghorn, I say, Buckwheat Claiborne. This bastard was in a fight for his life. If he doesn't get that $1 million a year from East St. Louis, he'll be like his little lady friend. He'll be in bankruptcy court. This no-count, lousy son of a bitch and culture of corruption in East St. Louis and the proud black community, you guys don't deserve it down there. People say, Romanik, you talk bad about them. I expose these son of a bitches. And the proud black community, I think they have finally awakened to the fact that just because these bastards are black down there, don't mean that they're for the East St. Louis proud black community. They're for their families. They're for their friends. They've just played musical chairs, people. And the circus is back in town. I'm going to take care of this little bit of my civic bulletin board. Then we're going to get on East St. Louis. Feel free. Feel free to call. We are America's voice of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. Call toll free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. You people in East St. Louis, and not just East St. Louis, you people all throughout the county. I've been pounding this for 4 or 5 years on the air. Do you see what's going on? You finally, everybody, this affects everybody in St. Clair County. You see the culture of corruption. You see how they don't give a damn about their people. They're going to do what they want. They just threw Parks out of office. And now he's more powerful than he's ever been. And I'll talk about Amika Ustinka Jackson. That bitch. She was involved in this perpetration of devastation. You hear me? This perpetration of devastation to the good people, the proud people, the proud black community of East St. Louis. Just got a stake driven through their hearts by the culture of corruption, not only in East St. Louis. The St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee had a major part in this play. But see, they're white guys. They don't care. They always say how stupid the black community below the hill is. No matter what we do, they have no place to go. They have no place to go. And they'll be Democrats. And I say you do have a place to go. The St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is waiting for your call. They're waiting to hear from you because that's what they're going to do. They're going to unite Democrats, Republicans, independents, black, white, men and women who've been screwed by these politicians all throughout St. Clair County, especially East St. Louis and Belleville. And we're all going to unite, people. You've heard me about uniting. Now's the time. Do you see everybody in the outer county people that I've talked to? Bob, I didn't believe it's that bad, but now I do. And I have to say, you're wrong, people. It's not that bad down in East St. Louis. It's even worse. It's even worse when you have 5 or 6 or 10 political, parasitical punks dictating to everybody in East St. Louis, to manipulating everybody in East St. Louis. And these political perverted punks don't care. But I think this has backfired on them. I think the proud people of East St. Louis have awakened. They're woke up now. They're not going to take it anymore. I've helped expose it. A lot of calls and people in East St. Louis. Again, you have a place to go with the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition because we're going to be there to help you, to help each other. You've seen what you've gotten in East St. Louis, and we'll get into it momentarily. We've got some callers. Hold on, callers. We'll be with you momentarily. Pancake Breakfast Fundraiser, Saturday, August the 22nd. It's for the great people at the Mid-America Horse Rescue. It'll be held at the Grange Hall, Route 163 in Millstadt, Illinois. That'll be tomorrow from 8 to 11 a.m. Also, coming up Sunday, August the 30th, the Belleville American Legion Post 1937 will have their meat shoot at TR's Place, 4901 Concordia Church Road. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call Commander Jim Farbus at 409-1212. Coming up on August the 29th, the Hartford, Illinois Fire Department Black Lights Bash. It's a bingo. It's Cosmic Bingo. Really, if you guys never played Cosmic Bingo, it's not your grandma's bingo, but they're going to have their fundraiser. It's a $25 entry fee, over $1,000 in cash prizes. Going to have a silent auction. Everything goes to benefit the Hartford Fire Department. If you have any questions or concerns, you can contact Krista Owens at 401-1832. Today and tomorrow, August the 21st and 22nd, Holy Family Festival in historic Cahokia, Illinois. Starts at 6 o'clock till 11 p.m. They're going to have rides. They're going to have cake booths. They're going to have a lot of entertainment for the children. They're going to have bands from 7 to 11, both Friday and Saturday night. So if you can make it out to Cahokia today and tomorrow from 6 to 11 p.m. The first ever car cruise for the Lewis and Clark Confluence Tire, located at 435 Confluence Tire Drive in Hartford. They're going to have a classic car show, and that's going to be held Saturday, August the 29th. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming at insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling. You can like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM, and also our sister station for the best in the golden oldies, KZQZ 1430 AM. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m., Monday through Friday, and also now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift. The Grim Reaper broadcast every night, Monday through Friday, at the stroke of midnight. On this date, August the 21st, 1878, the American Bar Association was formed in Sarasota, New York. On this date, August the 21st, 1897, Oldsmobile was opened for business, a division of General Motors Corporation, way back in 1897. On this date, August the 21st, 1959, Hawaii became the 50th state in this great United States of America. That's what little happened on this date, August the 21st, throughout all these years in our world's history. I want to put a shout out to three beautiful ladies who work for O'Fallon Township, Sherry, Debbie, and Susan. They're three lovely ladies, and I wish all three of you ladies a great weekend. These ladies listen to me every day, Monday through Friday. And now I know I've got some beautiful ladies that listen to what I say. And I hope Sherry, Debbie, and Susan, that you take this and it expands your political horizon, because that's what we do here. That's what we do here at the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. But I appreciate all our listenership in the O'Fallon area. Have a great base of listeners. So Debbie, Sherry, Susan from O'Fallon Township, thank you ladies very much. And thank you for being so beautiful, by the way. Sub Dave sends me an email talking about the Cahokia Food Bank. And he says he moved up to Wisconsin because he couldn't take it in St. Clair County, but he still has a lot of friends who live in St. Clair County. He says, I understand that Amika Ustinka Jackson sold out to the proud black community. And he says, keep up the good work. And Sub Dave from Wisconsin, thanks for listening all the way up in Wisconsin. Speaking of the food bank, yesterday we talked about the Cahokia Food Bank, about the less fortunate people that are not eating because of Curtis McCall, Jr. and Sr., because they played politics and took away the nutrition center. Had a gentleman from Arnold, Tom Moses. He called and said, Bob, the Arnold Food Pantry, they have plenty of food to help the people in Cahokia. So Tom Moses and all you great people out in Arnold, thanks for the concern. We got to go across the river to get help, because these St. Clair County politicians, these rotten bastards, they don't give a damn about anybody but themselves. I'm going to go crazy, but let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take some callers. We've got the lines flooded. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, I ain't Carl Burger. How you doing?
Fine.
I grew up in East St. Louis. Went to school there.
Uh-huh.
And joined the Navy at 64. I used to love East St. Louis, all right?
Uh-huh.
And I worked at Overness at Blast House, literally furniture store, and all over East St. Louis, okay?
Yeah, we're getting a bad connection, sir. I don't know. We've got a bad connection on that one. Let's go ahead. Let me get through my crap here. We've got the lines flooded. I don't know if we can get to everybody. But yesterday, after I predicted it, announced it on Tuesday, that they were going to fire the city manager and going to hire Alvin Sugar Britches Parks. People thought I was crazier than ever. But now you know how intelligent I really am. And I'm not all that intelligent. I've just got a good source of information coming all throughout St. Clair County, all the way up to Springfield. And my sources always give me good information. And again, we appreciate all the calls, all the letters, the facts. I'll take the information, people, and if it's confirmed, I will run with it. So I want to thank you, people. I'm not that intelligent, but I've got a source of information all throughout the state of Illinois. And as you know right now, it is good information. And Amika Jackson Hicks, I told you she'd be crying. I wasn't part of it. Her, Eddie the Gerbil Jackson, the Senator Foghorn, I say Buckwheat Claiborne, Alonzo Greenwood, Charlie Powell, Alvin Parks. These bastards all came together and the deal was cut. Now, just like in politics, people, if you don't know the underbelly, when there's an important vote come, all the political leaders care about is getting it passed. So it's like one of the congressmen would say, hey, that's going to hurt me in my district. And then the Speaker of the House say, well, that's okay. You vote against us. We've got enough votes. That way you can cover your ass. And that's exactly what Amika Ustinka Jackson did. She covered her ass. She knew what was going on. She's been the mayor for 60 to 90 days. She hasn't lost control. That deal was put together because Eddie the Gerbil Jackson was afraid that there was going to be opposition in the Democratic primary for his seat as a state representative. And Eddie, let me tell you, Eddie the Gerbil, I think it's coming. I think they double dealt you. You and your daughter was part of this scheme to put Alvin Parks. People, do you understand? The people of East St. Louis threw this ignorant, stupid son of a bitch, Alvin Sugar Britches Parks, out of office. In now less than 90 days, he's back. Twice the salary, not $50,000 as mayor, but $100,000 as city manager. He has a car, all of his expenses, and now he is more powerful under this form of government in East St. Louis than he ever was as mayor. He makes the appointments. He's got the votes to sustain anything that he wants to do in East St. Louis. The proud black community of East St. Louis, you guys have been slapped in the face. You guys have been slapped in the face. You took him out of office, and now he's brought back in even a more powerful position. And you proud black community of East St. Louis, you think these politicians are watching out for you? You think they're taking care of you? And Amika Jackson Hicks, you stinky, rotten bitch, you piece of political crap. Liar, 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 liar. You say in the paper how bad the past administration was. The past administration, let me remind you, Amika, unless you were in a coma, you stupid idiot, unless you were in a coma the last 6-7 years, you were a major part of the corruption, the culture of corruption, the political corruption that you were crying about. We're not that stupid, Amika. I know you and the political people down in East St. Louis think we are. There's a lady quoted in the paper, Marie Franklin, called the vote a tragedy. Well, Marie, we, every member of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, we feel the same way. And we're going to try, with your help, with the good people's help of East St. Louis, we're going to try to rectify this atrocious situation come November of 2016. You proud people below the hill, you've been manipulated for 20, 30, 40 years. You sit there and think things are going to get better. Things will never get better in East St. Louis, in Cahokia, in Centerville Township, until you say and rear your ugly heads and say, we've had enough. And for some of the political pundits to say they put this together because they're afraid of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Yes, they are. Because the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is making inroads all over St. Clair County. So these guys thought, let's put this together. Let's bring Parks back. Let's bring the Jackson faction and the Alonzo Greenwood faction back together. It was brought back together last night, but you watch how Alonzo Greenwood, how Charlie Powell, how Alvin Sugar Britches Parks, now that it's done, they will hurt politically Amika, you stinker, Jackson Hicks, and Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. You guys, Jackson, you've been okey-fadoked. You were part of this atrocious act last night. You can say you weren't. You can play like you weren't, Amika, you stinker, Jackson, but you were a major part. You helped open the doors. And now on Friday, I hear early this morning that they're still pissed at you and your daddy. And you guys may have something coming. Isn't it amazing? They put a deal together. They shake hands on one day, and then they're using that same hand they shook each other's hands with and pick up a knife, a political knife, and start stabbing each other in the back. Only in East St. Louis. People, you guys, not because any fault of your own, but they've made you the laughing stock of this United States of America. Never before has this been done where the people spoke, took a mayor candidate for 2 terms who's done nothing but cost the city millions and millions of dollars, and vote him out. And in less than 90 days, he's back in a more powerful position. It's going to make the Associated Press. It'll probably make CNN. And the proud people, you proud black people below the hill in East St. Louis, you don't deserve that kind of treatment. And then Amika says that she's going to try to get a recall on 3 council members. That's a lame slap, Amika. You know it can't be done, but I guess you figure, I'll act like I'm mad. I'll act like I'm pissed, me and my dad. But we sold out because Daddy didn't want any opposition for state representative. And see, Alonzo Greenwood, Charlie Powell, Alvin Parks, they can hurt Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. Parks was actually going to run against Eddie in the primary for state representative, the Democratic primary. But Amika, you stinker Jackson, Eddie the Gerbil, the senator of Foghorn, I say Buckwheat Claiborne, they put this together. And then today, one day after it's done, it's backfired on them. It's backfired because the same people they dealt with, the same people that are now in power, and that's Greenwood back in power. And I got to salute Greenwood, Charlie Powell, Alvin Parks. You guys lost the election. The people spoke. You lost the election in less than 90 days. You've gained control of that city with even more power, which means with that more power, you guys, more destruction in East St. Louis. More destruction in East St. Louis. We're going to take a break. When I come back, I got to talk about Carolyn Smith. She's a Petula. You know her. She's a black reporter for the News Democrat. I can't get around her because she smells, it's a Petula, whatever the hell that Jamaican crap is. But Carolyn Smith, you have really embarrassed the Belleville News Democrat. I don't like most of those people there, but there are some professional reporters. And Carolyn Smith, for even to say that you're a reporter for the Belleville News Democrat, do you get paid by Amika, you stinker Jackson Hicks, to be her press secretary? If you read this paper, it makes Amika look nothing. Well, it can't make her look good. There's nothing that can make Amika, you stinker Jackson, look good. But it sure doesn't ask. Carolyn Smith didn't say, Amika, did you try to stop this? Were you part of this? No hardball questions at all. And we'll get on to that right after break. Feel free. Call 618-394-1190 on the east side. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. People from St. Clair County, if you want to chime in, because how East St. Louis goes is how St. Clair County goes. And I'm telling you, this is the best thing that could happen to the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. This is the best thing that could happen to the good people of St. Clair County, black, white, Democrats, Republicans, men, women, independents. because it's finally been exposed how egregious, how devastating this democratic culture of corruption is for all the good people of St. Clair County. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, and proud to be your First Amendment and all-American station, Radical Radio, and we stand tall as the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I'm going to break away, and I would only do this for a great cause, and this is a great cause. I'm going to break away from my ranting and raving for a moment to talk to a very, very proud, heroic Belleville firefighter, Scott Tyler. Scott, go ahead, buddy.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Fine, sir. How about yourself?
I'm great. I just wanted to know if we could get a plug-in. Tomorrow we're having a poker run. The Metro East Professional Firefighters, which is a group of many of us that are firefighters in the area, Collinsville, Alton, etc. It's for a soldier named Cameron Crouch. He lost both of his legs, and they're trying to raise money to buy him him and his family a new pickup truck. We're having a poker run. It starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Ted's Motorcycle World in Alton. That's at 4103 Hummert Road. And it goes through Grafton, Collinsville, Alton, Cutters, and Belleville, and then it ends at Fireman's Hall in Collinsville, right by the racetrack. And they're having a dinner. It's $25 a person to ride. Dinner's included, and they're having a silent auction. And I just wanted to, I know you got a lot of listeners that ride, a lot of listeners that want to do something for a good cause, and you can't possibly find a better cause than this. It's going to be a perfect day, and I'd like to invite everybody to come out tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
I'll tell you what, Scott Tyler, a proud Belleville firefighter, you can count on me. Stop by if you will, Scott. I got a check for $250 for a great cause. And I challenge all my friends and all my listeners, if you can help out a vet, if you can help out somebody that fought for our country, for our freedoms, $50, $100, and it's not begging. It's not begging. We ought to be proud. We ought to be proud to help somebody that tried to protect us and lost both legs. Mr. Scott Tyler, thank you very much. A professional firefighter, a great man from the city of Belleville. Scott, come by if you will. I've got a check for $250 for you, and I hope everybody, can they get a hold of you, Scott, in any way?
Yeah, they could call me. If you want to call me, if you have any questions, 531-3287, or I'm on Facebook. Any way they want to get a hold of me. There's also a Facebook page for this. It's Cameron Crouch, the Metro East Professional Firefighters. So any way they wanted to get a hold of me is fine. And yeah, all donations are appreciated because you can't possibly find a better cause than getting a truck for this guy's family.
Belleville firefighter Scott Tyler. Scott, thank you very much. You're always fighting for the little person for a good cause. Thank you very much. And people, try to help this gentleman out, this hero, I'm sorry. And if you can't help this hero out, help another hero out. And if you can't help a hero out, help somebody less fortunate, because that's what we do. That's what we do in this great United States of America. This crap in East St. Louis, unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like the Martians have landed. And speaking of Martians, and I'm being facetious, of course, on the line with me now, Mr. James Ingram, a great journalist for the St. Louis America newspaper, the best, the most read, the most professional newspaper, black newspaper in this great United States. James, how the hell you doing, buddy?
Bob, I'm doing a lot better than the city of East St. Louis.
Well, hey, the guy that the officer funeral home just buried yesterday is doing better than the people of East St. Louis. What the hell is your take? And I know you cover all this down in East St. Louis. What the hell, James Ingram, and I know you don't know, but what the hell do you think is going on?
Well, obviously, what happened last night, and, I've known that it was going to happen for a while, is what I would describe as being a political coup from the council level to Amika Jackson Hicks. I mean, it would appear, if you look at the vote last night, that they have no faith or any confidence in her, and this is a retaliation for what I guess appears to be their belief that she's not dealt with them in the best possible manner. So East St. Louis politicians have a way of kind of bringing you back in line when you don't negotiate with them, and it's I think I talked to you about this the other day. There's no honor among thieves, and there's definitely no honor among politicians. And I think this is evidence of it, that they would bring Alvin Parks back after he'd been defeated by Amika Jackson Hicks, and actually bring him back in better condition with a higher salary, as well as with more power than he actually had before as the mayor of East St. Louis.
James, you said political coup down in East St. Louis. I normally agree with you because you're very intelligent, because we think alike. I got to say it's more like political suicide, because I've talked to people all throughout St. Clair County the last 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours last night, and I think this is a shot in the face of every decent Democrat. I think they have finally been awakened to the fact that this does go on in East St. Louis. They've heard about it from me and from you, but now the good people, not only of East St. Louis, but of St. Clair County, have witnessed this, and I think this is going to be the start of the finish for the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption as we know it.
Could very well be, Bob. And, and my take on this is this. You're talking about potentially laying off 15 firefighters, 15 police officers. We have, as Amika Jackson Hicks, that number is accurate, a $5.7 million deficit in the budget. The city of East St. Louis is in no position to have both a city manager and a mayor, in my opinion.
Right.
Particularly when the mayor is for all purposes and intents, a titular head of government. The city manager does all of the work, does all the day-to-day management of the city. Amika Jackson Hicks, while I think she's a nice person, the work, and it could be not just her, but any person that's in that position, working a part-time job. And I know we know that she has a full-time position. The earliest that she can get to City Hall is 5 o'clock. Everybody's gone that she can conceivably do business with. We don't need a mayor. We don't need, as well as a city manager. They need to just go back to a strong mayor form of government and let that person handle the day-to-day operations of the city and free up that $100,000 plus salary, and that could at least be 2 police officers right there. And just from a financially sound standpoint, that would probably be more productive than operating at the rate that they're operating now.
Yeah, James, people won't realize this, and hopefully that we can educate them. They can thank Alonzo Greenwood. They can thank Alvin Parks. They can thank Charlie Powell in that whole group, the East St. Louis Democratic Club. They're the ones that destroyed East St. Louis for all these years. But I'm going to ask you this question, James, because you're very astute in East St. Louis politics. Has Amika Jackson, has she been in a political coma for the last 6 years when she criticizes the past administration, when she's been the chairman of the financial committee? What the hell's with her?
I don't think she's in a political coma. I think it's politically expedient to throw your colleagues under the bus and at the same time bolster your own credibility. I don't think it's a good tactical move in the sense that she is she's reduced her ability to deal with them in good faith. Nobody's going to let you throw them under the bus and then behind the scenes be willing to work with you, politically. So I think she's hurt herself. And I'll take it a step further. Being from East St. Louis, I would wish nothing but the best politically, but I think she's summarily limited herself to 1 term.
Yeah, I agree with you, James. But let me tell you, I've got a little bit different take. When this thing started, the whole situation, I believe, was to help protect Eddie the Gerbil Jackson. You know, he's running for state rep, and there was rumors going on that Alvin Sugar Britches Parks was going to run against Eddie in the primary for state rep. I think they all got together behind the scenes, neutered Parks by saying, hey, we're going to give you the city manager. I don't think initially that Amika was for it, but I think she said, hey, it's no big deal, because I think from day one, James, and this is my opinion, that she was in over her head, and I don't think she has a clue as to what the hell she's doing.
Well, I think, let me just take it a step further. I think that there were two possible scenarios that were playing out. Alvin Parks, from my sources, was going to, in a vindictive move, run against Eddie Jackson because he'd been defeated by Amika Jackson Hicks.
Right.
So that was on the table. There was also a discussion regarding Alvin, the possibility of Alvin getting the township supervisor seat.
So, I heard that.
In giving him the city manager position, he's now beholden to the city council for this position, and he will not run against Eddie Jackson, which makes him safe. He will not go after Oliver Hamilton, which makes him safe. And it's a win-win situation for these the politicians in the city of East St. Louis.
It's a
win-win. Lose-lose situation.
Thank
for
you.
the citizens of East St. Louis.
Great. Now, let me tell you, James, I hope the proud people of East St. Louis, and that's what the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition is all about, I hope they know they have some place to go. The same people that they put their faith in, Alonzo Greenwood, Alvin Parks, Charlie Powell, and all the political heads down there, they have just made East St. Louis the laughingstock of this great United States. And I just hope everyone that was supportive of them in the past will see the culture of corruption, will see that they're not about anything but taking care of their political inbred bastards. And I think there's going to be some major problems for the Democratic Party all throughout St. Clair County in 2016. What's your take on that?
Well, I would hope that would be the case, Bob. I hope through your ranting and raving and lunacy on the radio every day.
Thank you.
That they would be, and I apologize to the lunatics.
Oh, you asshole. Okay, go ahead.
But I would hope that they would, and you know I'm just kidding.
I know that, buddy.
But I would hope that they would be educated and informed by listening to you, because oftentimes you're dead on. They might not like the way you say it, but they can't argue with the accuracy of what you say. Just as I plan to keep the community enlightened with the pieces that I write. But at the same time, I don't really have a lot of hope in terms of the community being enlightened. How many years have they been doing this? How many years have they been seeing East St. Louis run as a political plantation, and they can consistently support these politicians, consistently don't vote in the manner that they should, consistently see themselves being sold out at the by the local politicians at the county level, and they continue to support these people.
Yeah.
So if you can't see the obvious right now and see how see what's transpired, there is no hope. I mean, an ignorant person, is the best tool for the political machine, whether it's St. Clair County or any place else, and they have a lot of ignorant voters in East St. Louis and in St. Clair County in general. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I could be nice and say, oh, we have an enlightened voting community in East St. Louis, but we don't.
No,
we don't. They sell their votes for $10. They sell their votes for a position or a chicken dinner or a blunt or a pint of liquor, and then they reap the same nonsense that they reap election after election.
Yeah, James, I agree with you. I think, though, I feel sorry for the good people because they've been beat down. They're so apathetic, and that's what the culture of corruption, the democratic culture of corruption wants. They want to make so many people so apathetic that they either don't vote or they feel their vote's worth nothing, so they sell it for $10. Mr. James Ingrams, we got to take a break. When is your article coming out in the great St. Louis American newspaper? How do we get it? And give me your last take on this situation.
First of all, they can always read my columns on www.stlamerican.com. Hopefully by next Thursday, I'll have something out on this. I don't control the newspaper, but this is a hot story, so I'm hoping that it's out. And finally, my take on this is that, as a columnist and as a radio host yourself, you would think if we were just selfish in this, we would love the fact that we got Howdy Doody Parks back in the city manager seat, because it gives us nothing but
fodder,
to
right,
write and commentate about every week. It just gives us stuff to talk about. However, I'm not that selfish, and I know you aren't, that we would like to see the best happen for the city of East St. Louis, but I just see more of the same continuing. Parks no doubtedly knows how to do the city manager's job. Whether he should be there is another story. He's just going to be a tool for St. Clair County. He's going to be a tool for the councilman in East St. Louis, and he's just happy to get paid over $100 grand in exchange for doing it.
Hey, James, got to let you go, but we'll be looking forward for your article. And I got to say to you, James, and all the good people of East St. Louis, how the hell can a big loser become such a big winner? James Ingram, thank you very much, buddy. St. Louis American, a great journalist, columnist for the St. Louis American. Call us anytime, James. You always enlighten us. Thank you.
Talk to you soon, Bob.
Okay, buddy. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to finish up on this devastating debacle, this embarrassment to every decent person in East St. Louis. And we're going to continue to fight the culture of corruption that's just reared its ugly head last night against, you hear me, against the good community, the proud black community of East St. Louis, Illinois. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to apologize. We had all kind of, the lines were flooded. We're not going to have time to finish this conversation about this devastating situation in East St. Louis, but I promise you we'll start off on Monday. That'll give people time to absorb what's really, I think people are still in shock. But with me today, our good friend, the world political traveler, Charlie America. Charlie, what the hell is going on?
Well, Bob, I can tell you from D.C. to Chicago to Springfield in the last 72 hours since you predicted it, and now it's come true, people now feel that East St. Louis is the laughingstock politically in America. Nobody has seen a turnaround like this. We were developing a story, as you know, we were looking at the East St. Louis Board of Elections to investigate 07, 11, and 15. Part of the issue and part of the good thing that's going to happen here is now that Mr. Parks is back as an official, he can be investigated. We're going to seek interns in East St. Louis, and we're going to go back and recount the 2007, 11, and 15 election results. And we think what we will find from sources I've got here is that we'll be turning these over not only to you here and for the sponsorship of KQQZ, but also to the Freedom Coalition, and then you guys will do what you have to do.
Yeah, and it'll go to the proper authorities. You know what, Charlie? What an idiot move was made, but I think this is going to help the decent people in St. Clair County, because I think the federal government has known about this now, because I know Senator Dick Durbin is rolling over in his bed this morning about this situation. He's a very powerful man. I think the feds know about it. It's a federal election. I think the state police and the proper authorities know about it. And I think even though this was a bad thing for the great people of East St. Louis, it's a good thing for everybody at the end of the day, because I think this egregious act is going to show the enormous culture of corruption that's been festering throughout East St. Louis and St. Clair County for the last 40, 50 years.
Well, and it's really important that we make sure that this Board of Elections in East St. Louis doesn't steal more positions and votes in 2016.
Charlie America, you stay tuned, because Charlie America down the road is going to have some great information that is going to devastate, I believe, the entire culture of corruption, the St. Clair County Democratic Central Committee. It's going to be coming, hopefully sooner than later, so stay tuned. I want to tell everybody and invite everybody, the Monroe County Republicans are having their picnic in Waterloo City Park, the backside of the lake, on Saturday. Free food. Everyone is invited. They don't care. You're Democrat, Republican, Independent. They just want to let you know what they're about. They want to give some transparency. So that'll be tomorrow, 4 o'clock p.m., the Monroe County Republican picnic at Waterloo City Park on the backside of the lake. Free food. Everyone's invited. Before we go, I got to read this. It says, Park said he received a call on Wednesday and was told that there was a desire for him to be the new city manager. You no-count rotten piece of crap. Do you think people believe that? You guys have been putting that together for the last 2 weeks. You got Amika Jackson involved. She can say what she wants. You got Eddie Jackson involved. And they fell for the old okey-doke. And right after she didn't try to interfere with this vote to put you in, about 9 o'clock last night, I get a call, and they say now they're coming after Amika and Eddie. So Eddie and Amika, you guys were stupid, stupider than you usually are. The East St. Louis culture of corruption has fought and won this round. You hear me? Won this round, but I think the good people of East St. Louis, I think the good people of St. Clair County, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, men, women, black and white, I think they'll unite. And no better place to go than the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. Sprague, Kern, they're talking about us day in and day out. They're afraid because we've exposed those son of a bitches, and we together are going to help destroy this culture of corruption, not only in East St. Louis, but all throughout St. Clair County. And you good people, listen to me, in Belleville, in Freeburg, all through Lensburg, Marissa, New Athens. The people of East St. Louis deserve better. We can help them and help ourselves by uniting. And in 2016, November of 2016, getting rid of the culture of corruption, which has spread, as you see now, has spread all the way down to East St. Louis. And it's never going to get any better until we all unite and make it better. We're going to be on this subject again Monday. So people, come out of La La Land. I know you think this is like the Orson Welles story. No, this is real. They actually brought Mayor Parks back, ex-Mayor Parks back, after he had devastated the city of East St. Louis financially for the last 8 years. And now Alonzo Greenwood, the leader of the Democratic Party in East St. Louis, who, by the way, used to be the Republican chairman in East St. Louis. So don't say you can't cross over and vote the other way. Alonzo Greenwood has. And if that ignorant bastard can, we all can. But just remember, this is the same Alvin Parks, the same Alonzo Greenwood, the same Charlie Powell, who have helped destroy the great city of East St. Louis for the last 8 years. And now Parks is back in control. You can thank Alonzo Greenwood. You can thank Charlie Powell. You can thank the leaders in East St. Louis. And you know how you thank them? By running them out of office next year. That's how we thank thugs. That's how we thank political thugs, political bastards, political pieces of crap. We thank them by destroying them. Politically, of course. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud to be the Patriot. I'll see you on Monday. We're going to continue this journey. And yes, Yes, East St. Louis has just put the leadership back in the hands of the enemy of the people, the East St. Louis Democratic Club. They've circumvented all the election processes, all the procedures, all the philosophies behind an election, where the election, whoever wins, takes control and does what they can do for the people. East St. Louis, they don't believe in that kind of process. They believe in political thuggery, and that's what's happened in East St. Louis. People will wake up Monday and think, what the hell? But I say, what the hell with these politicians? No longer are we going to let them, we, the good people of St. Clair County, no longer are we going to let them not only control us, not only steal from us, but destroy us. We're tired. We're going to unite, and I think this is a spark that starts the political fire, this debacle, this embarrassment nationwide for the good people of East St. Louis. We'll continue together to unite people. Together we can do it. We'll continue to expose, like we have, this culture of corruption in East St. Louis. And we'll drag these bastards through the airways, through the papers. We'll continue to drag them over the political coals of hell. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm going to say. We have to. We may not like it, but we have to unite and come together to destroy these son of a bitches, because if we don't, not being melodramatic, if we don't, you can see down in East St. Louis, you can see at the courthouse in Belleville what they're going to do to us. They're going to destroy us. So it's self-survival. So let's get together and destroy, burn, cut off their political heads. You heard me, political heads. Let's do what we have to do, people. And together, we can destroy them. Politically, of course. Right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.